Hey, so I'm going to talk about why I'm vegan, basically. What my dad has always told me is I have like a strong sense of justice, which um is something I didn't really fully understand until today, actually. Sorry if you can hear my cat purring, by the way. Um, Basically, this is going to be like a life story. I'm like not making this to like talk about like oh poor me sort of way. It's sort of like for me to fully understand my reasoning behind going vegan. Because it wasn't like an obvious point where I was like, holy shit, I need to go vegan. It sort of just happened in a weird way. And I didn't watch a documentary until like a year into going vegan. So, like, I grew up my whole life, like, putting myself in a victim's shoes. I had friends that would like in primary school that would boss me around, like telling me what to like pick up my rubbish, do this for me, go get this for me, and I have no problem doing favors for people, but I let myself be okay with being bossed around when I really felt like I wasn't happy with it. And as I grew up, I just became a pushover. And as I moved schools, my friends like taught me as well as they could, like to just like stand up for myself. And as soon as I did, I realized how important it was to like have freedom and have someone fight for your justice, like fight for you to live your own life. And as I grew up more, I sort of slipped back into it because like my mom died and I realized people started telling me I was strong, and I hated that more than anything because I it became my mentality that I was only strong if I was suffering, and I was only appreciated when I was suffering, and I could only be seen as a powerful person, which is what I always wanted. I was only strong if I was a victim, and then I developed these eating disorders, and I was strong because I was suffering. And now I'm like on a lesser scale suffering in my own way because I'm working in a job that I hate. And I keep saying, and I've done this like every job I've had, like I liked one of them, but like some of the other jobs I had, I could not stand. I was like, no, I have to stick this out because I'm only strong if I'm suffering. And I think the reason that I became vegan was because I realized that I do have a strong sense of justice. These animals are suffering in extraordinary amounts, so much more. They are suffering so much more than any of us will ever know. They need people like my friends to tell them, not to tell them, they need people like my friends to tell the world that they don't need to suffer. That it is so unnecessary. We can't let animals be victims. They are their own individual beings. And they have every desire to not be victims and every desire to live just as we do. And I realized the injustice, and I didn't know the extent of it because I didn't watch Earthlings for like a year after I became vegan. It just made every animal that I could save such a personal story. Every animal has a life that it's fighting for, and we have to fight for them. We cannot be victims. We cannot let other people be victims. We cannot let animals be victims. Suffering is not what makes you strong. It's your decisions and your actions to make your life and every life important. It is those decisions to build other people and other beings up that makes you strong. By becoming vegan, I have become stronger. It is, I think, the one decision I made that proved to me that everyone can be strong and everyone can make a stand, and that our decisions are valuable, because decisions can save lives, millions of lives, and we're not all insignificant, because you can save an animal with every meal. You can be strong for the animals with every meal. So make your decisions count. Be strong. And don't let yourself be a victim. The ideas that are put in our minds about how the animals are treated, why we need to eat it. Don't be a pushover. Think for yourself. Go vegan.